Welcome to a brand new feature for this season, a European review every Monday, keeping you up to date with what's going on the continent across Europe's biggest football leagues. France and Spain kicked off their new league seasons this weekend, while Portugal, the Netherlands and Turkey entered week 2, having got underway last week. So let's get into the action. In Spain, champions Barcelona got their title defence off to the best possible start with a 3-0 win at Real Mallorca. Goals from Vitinha, Ferran Torres and Lamine Yamal were enough to give Barca all 3 points on the road and get Hansi Flick's team off to a winning start. And all that in a match that saw Marcus Rashford make his full La Liga debut for the Catalan club. And there was a huge shock as Espanyol came from behind to beat Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. Valencia drew 1-1 with Alexander Isak's bit on the side, Real Sociedad. Athletic Club edged out Sevilla in a 5-goal thriller. There were defeats for New Boys Levante and Real Oviedo, while other promoted side, Elche, kick off their league season against Real Betis on Monday. Now I hear you asking, what about Real Madrid? Well, you'll have to wait till Tuesday as they kick off their La Liga season at Osasuna. In France, Ligue 1 and European champions Paris Saint-Germain had Vitinha to thank as they won 1-0 on the road in a hard-fought victory at Nantes. But there was early frustration for Marseille. They were beaten late on at Rennes, despite the home side being down to 10 men for 2/3 of the game. But it didn't end there, with reports claiming tensions boiled over in the Marseille change room at the end of the game, particularly between Adrien Rabiot and English winger Jonathan Rowe. It's claimed that the Frenchman was accusing Rowe of not pulling his weight on the pitch, and it turned into an all-out war in the changing room. Elsewhere, Lyon won 1-0 at Lens. Eric Dyer opened his account for Monaco in a 3-1 win against Le Havre, and newly promoted Paris FC were beaten 1-0 at Angers. And finally, a quick word for Leon Rosinia's Strasbourg, who were 1-0 winners in the derby against Metz. They became the first team in the history of the top 5 leagues to film an entire team of players born after the year 2000. In Germany, Bayern Munich kick off their title defence next weekend, but they left a marker in the German Super Cup as they beat Stuttgart 2-1 to lift the first piece of silverware of the season. Goals from Harry Kane and new summer signing from Liverpool, Luis Diaz, ensured the Bavarians picked up yet another trophy in German football. Elsewhere in Turkey, champions Galatasaray made it 2 wins from 2 in the league with a convincing 3-0 win on Friday night, and a welcome return with a goal for Mauro Icardi, who's been out for the last 9 months with a serious knee injury, so great to have him back. England international Tammy Abraham scored his first goal for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Besiktas following his season-long loan from Roma. In the Netherlands, NEC Nijmegen atop of the Eredivisie following their 100% start to the season, and they're followed very closely behind by champions PSV and Feyenoord in third. In Portugal, Sporting won big to take the lead at the top ahead of Braga, and it doesn't look as though they're missing Victor Gyökeres, not yet anyway. So there's your weekend roundup of all the action from across Europe. I'll be back on Friday with a preview of next weekend's games. I'll be back next Monday as we can add the Bundesliga and Serie A to the weekend review.